friends, I will talk about the most meaningful and, in my opinion, the most beautiful Helluva boss episode I have watched so far, Season 2 Episode 7 Mammon. Friends, apart from the fact that the episode gives us pleasant and fun moments, it is very meaningful and there is a message they want to tell us in the sentences they use, in the song they sing, and even in how Fizz became famous. There is a subtext about what money does to us. They clearly depict that money turns us into clowns. We also see MAMMON'S constantly sitting in some kind of spider web. Mammon, money, is actually a trap and it constantly traps us in its web and makes us do many things that we cannot do. That is, it turns us into puppets, into clowns. We'll talk about all of that in the video. However, you can learn more about this cartoon series by watching the videos I made about the Helluva boss, such as the 7 layers of hell and the Helluva boss original story. If you're one of the uninitiated, don't worry, the most absurd cartoon series you can watch in your life is waiting for you, so don't even waste time. Don't forget to like the video before starting the video. Leave your opinion about it in the comments and subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. The join member thanks his supporters. Don't forget to come to my Discord server for theories and let's get right to the video. Welcome to my fairy tale, grandpa video and my channel. The episode takes place before Fizz's big explosion and the burning of his body. Again, Fizz was famous at that time, but he had not met Mammon and his popularity was still low. Two things emerge here that we need to pay attention to. First, when Mammon is looking for a new clown, he is saying, "Who will clown for me as I watch my empire grow?" Money in general is used as a metaphor here. It tells us what money, which is individually categorized as a human being, can do and put people in a position to have it. After this part, Fizz tells us about the difficult process he went through by emphasizing that he accepted every job he was asked to do for 10 years in order to win this competition and that he had to be the best. Imagine that he sold every part of himself for money, that he was an image for sex slave robots for people and even a toy for them to produce all kinds of figures. Fizz mentions every time that he is not afraid to be unpopular and remembered as a loser. Here, he cares more about letting Mammon down and Mammon not loving him any more than he cares about himself. While it's good that he has this sense of gratitude, we see that he is now putting Mammon's interests ahead of his own and putting himself in a situation where he feels he has to. The main cause of this feeling was the explosion and fire he experienced in the past, which destroyed part of his body, broke his horns, and left him with permanent scars. Of course, this is not the only reason. Mammon would have realized the potential in Fizz, so he undertook his treatment in the hospital and used all the expenses on him so that he could get almost a brand new body. Because it makes perfect sense when you think about it. Fizz was not that rich. How did he get those robot arms and legs? Of course, he bought them with money. The source of the money was also Mammon. That's how Fizz was able to become the best version of himself. But the fact that it was thanks to Mammon gave him the urge to carry a sense of gratitude all this time. Everything he did not do for himself, but because Mammon wanted him to do it and he wanted to make Mammon's empire grow. In the rest of the episode, there was a scene that impressed me. He was talking to a fan in sign language, which was quite nice, and he said something to the fan without him realizing it. We can be whatever we want to be. It's a very tragic sentence used by someone who is not a clown because he wants to be. In the next scenes, we come to the part where he has lost control of the Fizz and is having panic attacks. Asmodeus is already trying to talk to him in this part. He emphasizes that he doesn't need it anymore. Here again, Fizz says that he should do it not for himself but for Mammon, the demon of money. While these parts are happening, the most meaningful parts of this episode begin to come. Look at the words they say to us with the musical accompaniment. Fits in with taxes. Greed wins where money is. Money cannot buy happiness, but it can rent you heaven. I think these sentences make a tremendously meaningful reference to our lives. Before concluding this section, let's observe the song that Fizz sang. We see Mammon sitting on the spider web again, with his two clowns serving him. As Fizz performs on stage, he sings these words: "I've wasted my time, I've been used, I've suffered a lifetime of abuse, I've fallen at his feet, I've been crushed under his heel, I've suffered for profit, and I've been a sucker for fame." The rest goes without saying. All the while, the Mammon was watching the Fizz from above on his cobweb throne. So, while we stress all our lives for the bosses to make a profit, while we bow down to many sentences, while we clown around as puppets just for a little money, when our time is up, we go to the grave. Yes, some of you may be saying, what should we do? Should we quit? It is not a question of not working. It is a question of working too much and becoming puppets for too much money and fame. Let's all actually be able to say, enough is enough to this capitalist system, like Fizz one day shouting, "I would like to shout a curse, but then YouTube closes my monetization and forces me to submit to the capitalist system again anyway." Obviously, this episode was extremely meaningful and special for me, so I hope that there will be many more episodes that will make us think philosophically, and I am waiting for you to like the video, express your opinions in the comments, and subscribe to my channel as a reward for this labor. Take care of yourself and see you in the next video. Goodbye.